The food is very good on board, and the cook has never yet missed preparing a hot meal, whatever the weather. And we have on one famous occasion had the chickens, which we've given at the end of each voyage, cooked at an angle of 45 degrees, which is some going. The boys, if the weather is bad, they sometimes get 8 meals a day, 4 down and 4 up, but it's there if they want it.
In mid-Atlantic, but we're itching to see the sails fill out. The food makes up for most things, though. It's just like home cooking. Before we left, Cook warned us we'd get 6 meals a day, 3 down and 3 up. But in this weather, no one's suffering from seasickness.
Come on then, Lynn, get a blinking move on with it. Gosh, the truth, if we want lunch in about 5 seconds time. Right, lovely. And a lovely fella. Can you put them in a tray, please? Small tray. Right.
But I was a galley rat. My head was stuck over the sink. I didn't care what was going on. Boy, this food, it stinks.
Probably one of the most difficult jobs on board is the cook's. He's in a confined space, he's cooking for 55 people, and he's doing an angle sometimes of 30, 35 degrees, which is not an easy job at all. Coupled with this, each trainee does a day in the galley, so he's got to retrain them in that 24 hours, and it must be very frustrating to get a different lot, and they've got to tell them where to put the spoons, where to put the knives, where to put the forks, where the plates go, hang on to the rail, one hand for himself and one hand for the food he's just about to drop on somebody. It must be very difficult. There are a lot of boys, and it shows out in their character. You get a boy working in the galley, like we had this trip, and he was working in the galley, being seasick, going back in the galley and carrying on. And that shows all the guts.
All right, got it?
Oh. Better if they give you that in a bottle, wouldn't it?
Don't talk about it, just let me...
Push on the boat!
Steaks in there.
Behind you.
Down there.
No, there's one. Go on, struggle. Sauce, gentlemen. Red sauce, black sauce, brown sauce.
It's really give them a sense of adventure, really. I think it really does bring people out of themselves.
Right, get the noodlers going there, come on.
One of the most important men aboard is the chef. On this trip it's Ron, who runs a do-it-yourself shop in Essex. So, what's today's menu going to be?
Lamb chops, mashed potatoes, mixed vegetable and broad beans. All right. And of course the old gravy. Keep them going down.
But what's it like when things get rough?
When you're skating up and down, trying to chase the pots and pans around the range, and you're slipping and sliding all over the deck. And we put tea towels down to try and stop us sliding. Come on then, let's have you.
In fact, after about 3 or 4 days, you poke your head up on the bridge, it's like an aviary, and they're all chattering away. They ask a lot more pertinent questions usually, and they seem to show more interest in the chart work and navigational side of it, which we give them instruction in and all the rest of it.
5 days after leaving Falmouth, they're anchored off the coast of Portugal. The race is over. Now it's time for relaxation. That night there's a barbecue at Sesimbra, just down the coast from Lisbon. Mark Chemisbetti.
I mean, we have our own little private race with the Miller, but as it regards all the other ships, I don't really mind where we come. The main thing is just to have been here, and it's all about these crew exchanges, which we're going to be doing up to Vigo. We'll have other boys from other schooners, and now we hope to arrange barbecues with the other ships and get everybody mixed up together, have Poles on board, Germans, everybody. That's what it's all about.
Young people from all over the world meeting together and forming friendships that may last a lifetime.
Now, Alison, you're the cook's assistant on board. How many people do you have to feed every day?
55.
That must mean you have to do a hell of a lot of shopping before you come out. Do you do a massive run around Marks and Spencer's and get loads of food in?
There's a big store range and that's just before the voyage. But
Is there an opportunity to stock up as you go along?
yeah, we're stocking up again on Friday, taking on some fruit and veg. We've got all the meat on board that came on the other day.
So you've got big freezers and stuff to keep
all
everything
down
in?
in the half deck.
Because I thought perhaps on board you just have a few limes, you know, to keep the scurvy away.
Oh, no.
A drop of rum for your pudding. What sort of things do you serve up?
Curries, stews, rolls.
Curries on board.
Yeah,
But they're all sleeping so close together. Is this a good idea?
Well, they'll survive.
Is this a strange way to spend your holiday?
No, it's good fun.
Better than a fortnight in Ibiza, you reckon?
Yeah, it's more fun.
I'm not sure.